Hello, third graders, and welcome back to Google Classroom. This is our math lesson with Mrs. Lawson,
Liz,
and
Tim.
Please open your math journals to page 236 for today's lesson. All right, boys and girls, on page 236, we are exploring shape and volume. Use the information and pictures below to help you answer the question. Gail, who is going to be Liz, and Kieran, who will be Tim, fill container A with water. They pour all the water from container A into container B. Now container B is full. Then they pour all of the water from container B into container C. Now container C is full. Gail says the liquid volume of container C, the frying pan, is less than the liquid volume of container A. So Gail, or Liz, is going to say that this volume, the frying pan, is less than the mason jar. She says that container C, or the frying pan, holds less water because it is wide and short. And container A holds more because it is taller. Kieran, or it'll be Tim in our case, says that all three of their containers have the same amount of volume. And we're going to find out if you agree with Gail, Liz, or Kieran, Tim, and we'll talk about why. All right, so we are going to act out this lesson. So it says that they pour all of the water from container A, which is the mason jar, into container B, which is the loaf pan. But first, Mr. Kieran here, or Tim, needs to fill the mason jar. Go ahead, Tim. And this is pre-measured to fit inside the mason jar. Could you move your hand so the boys and girls can, thank you.
Do you want me to fill it faster?
You could go a little faster.
Okay. Oh, that was perfect.
Good. All right, so now it's Gail's turn. Gail, you're going to have to shed this big blanket for this to work.
Brr.
Okay. So put the mason jar water into the loaf pan. All right, so next in the workbook it says that then the container B, or the loaf pan, is full. And it really isn't full, but that was the loaf pan that I had. Now pour, Kieran, the water from container B, the loaf pan, into container C, which is the frying pan.
Is it?
It's fine, just go quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty slow, man.
Oh, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Thanks,
Thank you, Gail.
Gail.
All right.
Gail's a big help around here.
Yeah, she is. All right. Gail, you say that the liquid volume of the frying pan, point to that, container C, is less than the liquid volume of A. Point to the mason jar, Kieran. Okay, so you think that this is less than the mason jar. But Kieran, what do you think?
I think it's the same.
For what?
All three.
All three containers. All right, so boys and girls, you need to decide if you agree with Gail or Kieran. Write your answer and explain why, and we'll come back to give you what we think.
So we hope you got the same answer as us because we agree with Kieran. So I'm going to write I agree with Kieran because the same amount of water fills all three containers, so they must all have the same liquid volume. If the same amount of water fits all three containers. Tim, underline same. So we agree. Did you get it?
All right, boys and girls, that's all for Everyday Math today. I know that seemed really short, But the reason for that is I want to challenge you to right now log on to MobyMax and do a good solid 10 minutes of MobyMax today. Our MobyMax champion right now is John Brainerd. He has logged on so many times to MobyMax, and I get a record of it at the end of every week. Same with Extra Math. But John is just really taking the lead on MobyMax, so some of you need to catch up. So 10 solid minutes on MobyMax. I prefer fact fluency, but if you get tired of that, you could also go into numbers or really any of the math practice. See you tomorrow.